All right. Hi, everybody. We're on the eve of the World Series. And as a way to celebrate that, um, out of the park baseball right now till November 2nd is 70% off. 70%. Brother Jack Dawson joining us here. 70% off this game. $14.99. And you pretty much get the entirety of baseball history. You can create your own. You want fictional players. You want huge tournaments. And by the way, speaking of tournaments, I want to remind you tomorrow night, 10 o'clock Eastern Time, PM, on this channel, Bernie Strom and I be hosting Diamonds and Dice podcast. Yeah. And Mike Silva is going to be our guest, and he's going to be showing us this crazy, crazy tournament he created in this game, using every team from baseball history from 1901 to 2024. Guys, this is a very polarizing game, I understand that. There's a lot of people that have talked about, well, you know what? I'm going to wait for it to go on sale. It's 70% for $15, either on Steam or directly from the developers. And I suggest you get it on Steam because it keeps everything updated for you. It's a lot easier to work with the Steam Workshop with this game. This is a superb game and looks and all the modes that it has, and it is accurate. You can't be afraid to get your hands dirty, but there's just, it's such a bargain. It's such a bargain for such an amazing game. So am I acting like a shill? Sure, why not? I'm not receiving a penny from Out of the Park Developments from this, but guys, come on. If you're a baseball fan, this is the 26th edition of Out of the Park Baseball. This game has been around since 1999. It has gone through a lot of changes. If any of you fondly remember, as I do, the very first version, though, I knew then that it was going to be something special. And it's just incredible. This is an incredible baseball game for anything that you can imagine. Now, obviously, if you're strictly a cards and dice player, something like this isn't going to interest you. But if you're looking for a great baseball simulation, something that you can create almost anything that you can imagine, right? You want to play minor league baseball? You can do it. They're all in here. So you could play the Toledo Mud Hens from 2001, just picking a year. Just go ahead and do that. You're not just strictly stuck with Major League Baseball with great mods like Mike Silva's ballparks and uniform mods. All of the other great mods out there for this game, and all of baseball history from 1871 to the present. You can do tournaments. You could replay any World Series. You can have drafts. So many things that you can do. Parallel League says, I can't promise you'll stay awake. I'm going to try. Buddy, it's all good, man. I'm just glad to see you in here. And yes, Brother Jack says it's a great deal. And it really, really is. And I hope that tomorrow night some folks will be joining us with Mike Silva. And anybody that knows Mike, that he is. Hey, Samuel Smith, there he is. Happy Thursday, my friend. Samuel, I'm glad you're on here. Do we have any word yet? I keep checking. Lance Hafner games, and I've seen, I guess, no new patch yet for this. So for full count baseball. So hopefully Samuel Smith knows how to find these things out. Did say there might be a possible new Dombrov next year, which should be really nice. But back to this game, guys. I mean, it's $14.99. And it really is. I mean, I'll tell you what, this is an accurately built game. It is an infinite baseball playground. It really is. And so the thing that I have up on screen is what I have called the Myths League. I was going to call it the Legends League, but of course, there's Legend Sports Universe, our friend, and then of course there's the Field of Dreams guys, and I didn't want to mess with that. So I said Myths. I know it's kind of a weird name, but there you go. So this is a heavily tweaked all-time greats. This is not the one that comes with the game, um, but just what you can do with this game is absolutely mind blowing. You can, oh my god! I mean, just the game modes alone. Um, this game allows you to do things that no other baseball game, no other digital baseball game allows you to do. This is the only one that will do that does it all. You want to do a kind of a random debut league. So you might get Babe Ruth from 1921, but you might get Babe Ruth from 1934. I mean, you don't know. That's a lot of fun. So Samuel Smith saying for Full Count Baseball, he says coming out within a month for Hafner. It's fixing the pathfinding for the directory. Awesome. Dombrov, new version is definite, but new interface is unknown. Boy, I hope Richard can get wind of this. Richard, again, you've got a really superb baseball game. You gotta fix the user interface, please, please, please. I've shown the older version a number of times here versus the new one, and many people have said if it wasn't for that interface, I like the look of the other one, I would buy this game. Richard, we know you love baseball. We know that you created some great roster sets and things like that for Action PC Baseball back in the day. You have an excellent game. You could really hit it up to S tier, as people would like to say. And as far as Full Count Baseball, I can't wait till they fix the pathfinding, because right now I'm playing that game just sort of human versus human. But it's going to be really fun to actually be able to use the managers and do everything properly, and a very important piece of baseball gaming history. So Samuel, thank you for your awesome detective work as always. So, guys, I mean, we're going to play a game here in a few minutes, but I want to address that I don't understand, and I mean, we've had discussions about this on the channel as to why out of the park baseball is so polarizing. I've never met anybody in this community that has said, "Yeah, I like it." People either love it or hate it. Now some people like RGL Network, he buys it every year. He doesn't play, he says, but he just buys it to support the devs, which is really cool, because Out of the Park Out of the Park Developments is a small team. They really are. And guys, again, I'm going to reiterate, I am not receiving a penny from Out of the Park Developments. It's been my honor to beta test this game for a couple years. Mike is a longtime beta tester. There's great people in this community that have taken this amazing game that started with this guy in Germany with Marcus Heinsohn, and you add in, Will Bay, and you add in, Matt Arnold, all these other guys, and then the great modders again that have created something just it's magnificent. I will use that word. It's magnificent, and I don't understand. I mean, the game is beautiful looking. I mean, as far as for people that care about graphics, this is the best looking text-based baseball game you can buy. This is it. Yeah, it's not MLB The Show, but I'll tell you what, it's a sharp looking cookie nonetheless, in my estimation. But even more deep statistical searching, the player development lab that you can do with this. Again, multiple game modes. You can create what you want. You like to play with fiction. You want to do fictional players? Go ahead. You want to play short season A ball from 1952? Do it. Um, so much is in here. And for $14.99, I realize we've got inflation now. I realize all of these other things, but this game's already a steal at its full price at $49.99. We get 70% off. This is a great game. I'm really picky. This is my favorite baseball game, though. It is. And I love baseball for Windows. I love Action PC baseball. I have a great fondness for Digital Diamond. Diamond Mine, you guys know I love, but when I have a project in mind, this is the one. This is my go-to all the time, except for one thing, a project that we're going to do with Pocket Pennant Run Baseball is just picking games from baseball history, just talking about those games as we play them out in Pocket Pennant Run, which of course is its own bargain. But you guys know I've gushed so much about that game, as I do this one. And again, I think it would be fun to just sometimes again talk why this game is so polarized. So for anybody catching this afterwards, maybe you're going to see it a month down the road or a year down the road, whatever. Once it's on YouTube, it stays up there forever. But really, really, I urge you, if you're not going to buy the game at full price, it does go on sale a few times a year. For $15, Steam gives you 2 hours. All right. Now, again, you're not going to really get the full experience of this game in 2 hours. Buy it. Try it. Try one of the included quick starts. Go ahead and subscribe to the mod. You got 2 hours. If you don't like the game, refund it. But I think if you allow yourself to kind of, and this is for those of you that have just wanted to not mess with this game at all. I know some people have said that it's too complex. It is complex. I don't, I would never ever pretend otherwise. I mean, you got menus, you've got all kinds of crazy things. Even when you're setting up leagues, this thing can be daunting. I'm not. I won't kid you. It is. It is that. But you can play out of the park baseball. Start little baby steps. Play a quick start. There's quite a few of them available with the game. If you want an all-time greats league, I've mentioned this a number of times. I'm waiting for just people to say, yeah, put it up there. I will put this all-time greats league in the Ned McGreevy Discord. And speaking of Ned McGreevy, the next Ned McGreevy is going to be done in this game rather than Action PC Baseball, so that we can avail ourselves of the player development lab. I think McGreevy is going to be a perfect league for that. So it's going to be a chance for you to create the best team that you can, with the only thing being random is going to be just what's your turn in the draft. That's it. And a chance to see whether you can take this team that you've created. Maybe you got somebody in a slump. Maybe you've got somebody you want to see what would happen if I improve so-and-so's eye or contact or what have you, and do that. A chance to create the best team you can. And I think this is it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of fun to do it. And with the ballparks that are out there, we'll have some nice immersion. McGreevy will be running. It's 1871 to 1919. So it's my understanding, Fields of Dreams, those guys are going to be, I guess that's going to be coming to a little hiatus in a little while. So hopefully maybe some folks that were involved in that. You'll find with this, there's not going to be as much trading and things like that going on. This is going to be more about front loading and doing your research and building the best team you can. And I think it'll be a lot of fun. I know MV wants to come back and defend his title. He's the one that won McGreevy. It was a tight race, though, with MV, Todd B, and Ken Castro going down the stretch. It was insane. But this time, McGreevy is going to be 2 leagues. So that way we can have a World Series. So hopefully we get enough people. So think about it. You will not need to own Out of the Park Baseball, by the way, to be part of the McGreevy League. So, but if you do, what a great way to see how your team would play out, is we would make it a quick start, then available for anybody that wants it. I don't know what else, to say about this game. If you're afraid of its complexity, and it's okay to be, I know that through the years I've been playing it, it was like, when something new would come out, and I'd be like, oh my God. I mean, look, if you look down on the right-hand side of the screen, this is what the menu system used to be like in this game. With this, and you'd have like smaller menus, right? And you had the first time they came out with them, like, oh my God. But this is great. You can watch replays, highlight reels in this if you set everything up right. Face Gen is pretty cool. And of course, also, you can use just historical player photos. If you have them, you put them in. Who doesn't have them? Um, this game, I think, is played in career mode, but I want to dispel, I think, a rumor where a lot of people felt that this is not good for strict single season replays. Again, I've been playing since 1999, with breaks for dinner and things like that, and having girlfriends and stuff. Um, but this has been, I've never had an issue with this, provided, I mean, I knew I had to go in and do some adjustments. But it's a great replay engine. I think it really shines with career mode, though. It really does. Yeah, the Decades mod for Alla Park Baseball is very nice. So I don't know if I know that one um, or not. Sammy, you're talking about the Decades mod, because I mean, we've got the Decades thing for Action PC, but you're talking about something. Oh, no, no, I know what you mean. Yes. Oh my God, Mike Garland, of course. That's like bloody awesome. In fact, I have a couple of these loaded, and I still have Out of the Park 25 installed on my machine too. Yeah, yes, it's bloody superb. So there's another thing. Maybe you guys want to take a quick start and take a period of baseball that you know best. Well, Mike Garland has made, split them up into decades, or 2 decade, in some cases, kind of little swatches or whatever. And so take it, right. You're like, well, 70s is my wheelhouse. Okay, so do that. You're going to know all these 70s players. Go in there. You want to change some. You want to change some strategies. You want to import managers. Go ahead, do it. It's there, 14.99 now through November 2nd, and I don't think you're going to see it any cheaper, nor should you. And of course, I'm excited. Hopefully December or January we start seeing the, uh, start the talk about Alla Park 27. Long may this game live. Only text-based baseball simulation to have the official license of Major League Baseball and Minor League Baseball and the Major League Baseball Players Association. And that's not just a matter of money. It's also a matter of just an excellent game. But I mean, one of the reasons I think I love this game is how well it presents stats and these graphs and things like that. There's times I'll just fire this up and not even play, and I'll just be going through and just taking in all these stats and everything like that, especially a league like this. And you can do customized, deep customized, league reports. So for this game, you can see, we can do strategies. We can do whatever we want. You can also import strategies from files, things like that. But you're pretty much covered here on what you do. You can change up anything you want, and for all kinds of things, even depending upon what kind of score, how these managers are going to work. These managers are tough. Other thing is, of course, one of the best features of this game that is not going to mean a lot to a lot of people, but it's one of its strong suits, is this plays dead ball baseball perfectly. If you put in a dead ball season, let's take the most famous one, 1908. It's freaky how well and how accurate it plays, and the tactics that it uses, and the risks that you had, and that style of baseball. A very very fast game with a lot of base stealing and bunts and hits and runs and what have you. Um, but again, you can go down. You can set player strategies and stuff like that. Um, and while Action PC and other do have where you can manage the player level, this goes deeper. It just really does. Um, if we go to home here, and I know for many people it's like they've seen this before. So this first bit is really just about getting people kind of look at this. So if you play in a commissioner mode in this game, you can You can switch and just be a manager anywhere, and you can set up this graphical depth chart, anything you want. You know, if you would rather have Johnny Mize be your starting first baseman for the Cardinals, and you want Pujols, you can define how many games, who's going to be in. All right, Ina Slaughter probably not going to get any time except off the bench. Stan Musial is a starting right fielder, but I could go in and change and have Slaughter come in every 5 games. So if you're creating a league like this, you can define exactly what you want. For season replays, for strict season replays, which most of you do, of course, a lot of the work's done. And it uses as played lineups, as played schedules, all in there, ready for you to go. A few clicks of the button, and you're into the season. This is not just a general management sim. The drive for the pennant mode is fantastic. It's now available for every baseball season since 1901. Just play it, or when this current season is going along, play right along with the current season. And I'm not knocking games like Digital Diamond Baseball, which is fantastic. It's a fantastic game, and certainly all the other digital games that we play. Whether it is the free ones like Pure Sim, or even Strategy Baseball, Full Count Baseball, whatever. And of course, Full Count Baseball, once Jason, once Leonard gets that patched up, we're going to do a whole big broadcast on Full Count Baseball, and I can't thank him, and I'm sure the community hopefully cannot thank him enough for the job that he's doing, bringing back that very, very important game. But so that's pretty much it. So we're just gonna play a game here. If anybody wants to hang around for a little bit of baseball, it'll be fun, and be fun to see. For me, I'm really boy, Seattle fought hard, and I'd hope they would have made the World Series, but I don't know, maybe next year. Yeah, I see. Gotta do some tweaking here to the Pirates, because I want Stargell and Kiner to get some time here too. But right now they're only going to get in Fred Clark's tired. So I mean, how fun to be able to do that, Pretty cool. But for now, let's just go and let's play a game. It's been a while since I've done an out of the park game on here. All right, I think tonight we are going to do. Oh man, there's all kinds of great matchups here. I could let you guys pick it, but everybody's being pretty quiet right now. So, let me see. I think that we will do. Looking. Cardinals Brewers looks interesting. Bob Gibson versus Mike Caldwell is a possibility. I'm kind of leaning toward Royals and Giants, though. Brett Saberhagen against Christy Mathewson. Yep, I think that's the one we're going to do. We're going to do that one. All right. So here we are. On our way to Oracle Park. So how I've structured this league is I've pretty much just used all the modern ballparks. No, on another project, I'll be using Mike's ballparks, but I just wanted to get in, jump in, play with this, letting the computer pretty much handle everything in this game. So, be a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun. Hey, cousin, wanted to say hi and drop a like. Hope you're. Yeah, I am. Thank you, cuz. I have another magic show that's coming Saturday night. John DFW. Hey, John. So a performance at a kind of a swank cigar lounge this coming Saturday evening for 2 hours. So that's going to be fun. So thanks, cuz. And I already announced McGreevy, a bit about McGreevy. So you haven't missed anything. But it's coming. It's coming. But again, one more time, guys, and I'll say at the end of the broadcast, this game is 70% off, $14.99. Give it a go. What the hell? Good to see you guys. So yeah, shows at it's a place called the Guillotine Cigar Lounge. So going to be doing magic there on Saturday night from 8 to 10. Kind of walk around, close up magic, all sleight of hand stuff. Most of it gambling themed type things I'm going to be doing. So it's going to be, yeah, it's swank, dude. It's swank. Got to kind of, got to dress up for this one, buddy. I mean, I do anyhow when I perform magic. I don't go out there and look like some sort of ham and egger. But yeah, it's going to be nice. Classy place, real nice. The humidor there is really nice, man. It's really nice bar, nice place. So, and they serve really good food there. So it's not just a place where a bunch of old dudes are sitting around smoking cigars and stuff. It looks like it's a good place. The owners are really good. They own like 4 or 5 restaurants, and did a coin trick for this guy one night, and he was blown away. He's like, "Man, do you want to come and do magic?" And blah blah blah, this and that. So, um, goal is to be back to doing magic full time. Hopefully this by next summer. I'm hoping, and that means I can do more baseball if I'm doing magic full time, which would be nice. So that's out of our wheelhouse. Wait, swanky. Yes, yes, that is. I know, cause I've got to kind of put on I got to put on some airs, brother, because we all know our real selves. But it'll be fun, and I think the type of stuff I'm going to be doing that night is going to be, a lot of sort of card cheating of this group. Yeah, well, yeah, no swanks. 4.8 Google review says John DFW. Gotta love that. I got the article, cousin. I just haven't had a chance to read it yet. I will. Thank you for that. All right, so let's go here. Starting off and leading off in center field for the Kansas City Royals, Willie Wilson. Batting second in right field, Lorenzo Cain. Batting third, third base, George Brett. In the cleanup spot, John Mayberry Sr. at first base. Salvatore Perez will be wearing the tools of ignorance and batting fifth. And right now, a cold bat for him in the season, hitting just 143. Alex Gordon, left field, will be batting sixth. Frank White at second base, batting seventh. And Freddie Patek at shortstop, batting eighth. Brett Saberhagen taking the mound, batting ninth. Saberhagen 0-1 in the season with a 5.40 earned run average, 14.4 strikeouts per 9 innings, and only 3 walks per 9. So, but an ERA of 5.40. So Saberhagen not getting the run support, but again, early goings now for the hometown Giants. Leading off at third base, Buck Ewing. Batting second at second base, the Fordham Flash, Frankie Frisch. Batting thirds in left field, Barry Bonds. Batting in the cleanup spot, Stretch McCovey at first base. Batting fifth and catching, Buster Posey. Batting sixth in right field, the great slugger Mel Ott. Batting seventh at short, Art Fletcher. Batting eighth in center field, Bobby Bonds. And pitching and batting ninth, master of the fadeaway pitch, Christy Mathewson, a 1-0 record thus far with a 2.25 earned run average, a whip of 10.1 strikeouts per 9 innings versus 2.2 walks. So we're on our way to Oracle Park. Just make sure that we got our views here set up here. We'll see what it looks like once we jump into the game because I didn't copy all the cameras. Welcome in. Our real stuff has been uncovered many times at 2 a.m. Yeah. Oh, absolutely, cousin. Hey, Clinton, welcome in. How's the therapy going, my friend? Good to see you. Didn't miss anything, man. I've just been jabbering on, trying to tell people this game's 70% off. And if you're a digital baseball player, buy the damn thing. All right, let's get out to it. Let's have some fun. Just giving it a second here to do what it do. All right. And we're definitely going to change this stuff. But look at this. I mean, come on. Even just looks wise, there's not a text-based baseball sim out there. I mean, and this is just beautiful stuff, baby. It's beautiful stuff. Make a man happy. Makes a man feel a certain way, if you know what I mean. Makes a man feel a certain way. Maybe not the same way as you feel with a gentleman's club, but hey, we'll work with it, right? One more thing, do want to remind you guys, again, tomorrow night, 10 p.m. Eastern, we're going to have Bernie Strom and I continuing our Diamonds and Dice podcast. We're going to have special guest Mike Silva on board talking about the craziest project I've ever heard of. It's a tournament he created in out of the park baseball with every team in baseball history from 1901 to 2024. It's going to be a fun hour, but since it's on my channel, it's probably going to go a little longer than that. Bernie can't shut me up after an hour. So I hope you guys will join us. Um, no, dude. So John, I only perform from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. You know me, man. I usually don't even start these broadcasts till like midnight. So 11:30 midnight. So now, believe me, that's the goal. There won't be any game this Saturday, I don't think. Well, you never know. Maybe there is. Depends on how the show goes or not. All right, so we are ready to go. Starting defense for the Giants: Barry Bonds in left, Bobby Bonds in center. And that's what happens sometimes in leagues like this. Guys are going to be maybe where they shouldn't be. So it should be interesting out there in center field and right field. Mel Lott at first base, Willie McCovey at second, Frankie Frisch at short, Art Fletcher at third base, Buck Ewing representing the 19th century. Thank you very much. Buster Posey behind the plate. And on the mound, Big Six from Factoryville, Pennsylvania. Christy Mathewson leading off things here. Willie Wilson hitting 219 on the young season with 2 runs batted in. Let's do a fly around of Oracle Park and let's get the festivities going. Just a half hour in. What the hell, right? What a pretty game. What a pretty game. There we go. The drone was a little drunk. Here is the 2-2 pitch. And Willie Wilson, look at that. Strike 3 called. So Christy Mathewson serves up a little 90-mile-an-hour fastball. 1 up, 1 down for Kansas City. And stepping in the box now is Lorenzo Kane, I should say. 200 average for him. Run batted in. He's 6 for 30 at the plate. Mathewson studies a sign from Buster Posey. And the 2-0 delivery on the wane. Cut on by Kane. And this one is going to be a liner out to center field. And Bobby Bonds will make the catch for out number 2. Here's George Brett now. George Brett off to a 353 start on this young season in this Myths League, as I call it. 2 down, top of the first. Swung on by Brett. Lazy fly ball out to left field, and camping under it is Barry Bonds. So father and son responsible for 2 of the 3 outs. The Royals go in order, and we head to the bottom of the first. And it's Kansas City nothing in San Francisco. Coming to bat, starting defense for the Kansas City Royals in left field, Alex Gordon. In center, Willie Wilson. And in right, Lorenzo Kane. First base, John Mayberry. At second, Frank White. At short, Freddie Patek. At third, George Brett. Catching, Salvador Perez. We've talked about he has a cold bat right now. And on the mound, Brett Saberhagen. Leading it off here is Buck Ewing. Buck Ewing with a home run, 2 RBI, and a 286 start to the young season. And Saberhagen has the sign, and he is ready to deal. 1-0 pitch, and hard tapper over there to second, and they do just get Buck Ewing at first. So Frank White staying on that ball and making the play. Here's Frankie Frisch now. The Fordham Flash off to a rather disappointing start right now. 143 average, does have a home run, and 3 runs batted in. The 2-1 pitch on the way from Saberhagen, and Frisch swings, fly ball out to right field, and going back on it is Lorenzo Kane. So that ball carrying a little bit. Not sure if that was good wood on the bat or the weather. Let's check the weather out right now here. So it is partly cloudy, and actually we have a wind coming in. So that was good contact there by the Fordham Flash. Temperature 62 degrees here in San Francisco. What was it the man said? The coldest winter I ever spent was the summer I spent in San Francisco. All right, here's Barry Bonds, already 2 home runs in this season, 6 runs batted in, and a 280 average. Saberhagen deals the count. No balls, 2 strikes on Barry Bonds. Bonds swings and misses. Nice change up there, Saberhagen fooling him. So the Giants also go in order, and we go to the top of the inning number 2. No score here at Oracle Park, San Francisco, California. All right, Mayberry, Perez, and Gordon due up for the Royals. Mathewson already with a strikeout. Mayberry hitting 227 with a home run, 4 runs batted in. Count full now. And here is the pitch. Mayberry swings, fly ball out into medium deep center field. Not a problem for Bobby Bonds. Calls in for out number 1. Another thing you guys will notice here is the real-time scoreboard. Now you can see Christy Mathewson, Salvador Perez, but you also see that this line score, everything will match up. This is a new feature in Out of the Park 26. All right, Salvador Perez, for the third time, we'll say a cold bat. Just 4 for 28. He does have 2 ribbies. All right, Mathewson, has he come with the fadeaway yet? Seems like he's living on the fastball right now. And he's behind in the count, 2-0. Perez swings, sinking liner to the left, and this is going to get down for a base hit. So there we go. Kansas City with the first base knock on this in this game, and that one coming on the famed fadeaway pitch from Big Six. All right, here's Alex Gordon now, 233. He's got a round trip or 2 RBI. Perez no speed at first. Mathewson looks home. Count even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. And Gordon looks at one inside. Beautiful hammer there by Matty for out number 2. And here's Frank White now. White hitting just 105, 2 for 19 overall. Aaron Reed joining us, the man of 1,000 voices. Welcome in, Aaron. Count even, 2-2. And White looks at a curveball for strike 3. So Christy Mathewson dealing tonight so far in the early innings. The Royals pick up a hit, and that is it. We go to the bottom of the second inning. No score here in San Francisco. It'll be Willie McCovey, Buster Posey, and Mel Ott. Profoundly deep Giants lineup here. So McCovey, though, just 0 for 3 on the season. All right, stretches in the box. Perez sets up. Saberhagen likes the sign. He's behind 3-1. And McCovey pops this one up the chute. This is going to stay in the infield. Shallow, shallow, shallow. And coming in to make the catch is shortstop Freddie Patek. All right, so one away. Here's Gold Glove catcher Buster Posey. Good start for Posey with 3-round trip or 6 runs batted in, hitting at a 2.96 clip. Saberhagen with the count even at 2-2. Hard hit ground ball to third, fielded cleanly. However, over there by George Brett for the 5-3 put out. Hard peg across the diamond. 2 up, 2 down for the man with probably the most interesting batting stance in baseball history. Mel Ott has yet to homer, hitting an even 200. Saberhagen winds and fires. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Mel Ott, swing and a miss on a fastball. Saberhagen picks up his second K. No runs, no hits, and nobody left on. We head to the top of the third inning. We are scoreless in San Francisco. Aaron, I hope you're doing well, guys. Please subscribe to Aaron Reed's fine baseball channel. All right, Freddie Patek, Brett Saberhagen, and back at the top of the order for the Kansas City Royals, and Willie Wilson. Patek hitting 296 with 2 runs batted in. Mathewson has set down 3 on the big K so far. Mathewson versus Saberhagen, great pitching matchup. Yeah, couldn't pass this one up, Aaron. Count even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Patek, oh, that's a knee buckler, and it's another curveball. So Mathewson mixing it up, living on the fastball and the curveball, it seems. And here's Brett Saberhagen, 0 for 1 on the season. The pitch. Saberhagen swings. Oh, hard hit ground ball to third. And Ewing looking like he lunging stop and then rushes his throw. Score that one, E5, as that ball goes over the head of Stretch McCovey. So Saberhagen, thanks to the Buck Ewing error, in scoring position. All right, back at the top of the order now. Willie Wilson, 0 for 1 in the game. Mathewson glances back at his mound opponent, looks in, has the sign from Buster Posey. 0-2 pitch on the way to Willie Wilson. And Wilson sinking liner out to center field. This will get down for a base hit. And Saberhagen will come around to, no, the throw home, the tag, and he is out. Saberhagen could not get the hand in time. So good arm out there by Bobby Bonds, though he's playing out of position. and 2 outs. So Willie Wilson does not get the RBI, and Brett Saberhagen needs to get back to base running school. All right, Lorenzo Cain now. He is nothing for one. Matty Deals, not worrying about the incredible speed of Willie Wilson there. Count full.
Strike 3.
And look at that. Another strikeout for Mathewson. So he comes with the fastball this time after dealing a lot of hammers. No runs, a hit, an error, and a runner left on. We remain scoreless as we head to the bottom of the third inning. No score. Art Fletcher, Bobby Bonds, and Christy Mathewson due up for the Giants. Art Fletcher hitting 250, 4 for 16 overall. Here's the pitch. Fletcher swinging on the first pitch. Liner to third. George Brett pulls it out of the air. That thing was a bullet. 1 up, 1 down, and here's Bobby Bonds making his first plate appearance of the season. Ahead in the count, 2-1. And this one, a 2-hopper out to second base. No problem for Frank White. Score that one 4-3. 2 up, 2 down as we swing around, or as Big Six comes to the plate. Matty 0 for 2 on the season. Count, no balls, 1 strike. Mathewson turns on this one, but this is going to be a little dribbler down to third, and that is going to be George Brett firing on to first, and that is the inning. The Giants go down in order. We have the makings of a pitcher's duel as we enter the 4th inning now. No score. Mathewson will face the 2-3-4, or the 3-4-5, I'm sorry, of the Kansas City Royals. Brett, Mayberry, and Perez. So George Brett, nothing for 1. Matty with 5 strikeouts through 3 innings of work. Count, 3 balls, 1 strike. Brett swings, has one he likes, but this one just a slow little dribble job there out to second, and the Fordham Flash will go to his right, barehanding it, and to McCovey for the 4-3 put out. And there is Tim, Clee Baseball Fan 879. We got to get Tim back into making videos and broadcasting. So, guys, I know it's probably not, they're not the teams everybody wanted, but who's your horse in the World Series? Are you going to vote for, who is it? It's going to be the Jays or the Dodgers as John Mayberry settles in the box now. And here we go. He's 0 for 1 in the game. Count full on Mayberry. Mayberry looks at a called strike 3. So Mathewson mixing it up. Mathewson famously said when he was asked, he was a multi-pitch pitcher, and he said that he would start out with a certain pitch, and if hitters weren't hitting it, he would stay with that and mix up something else. If they were hitting the fastball, then he would try the fadeaway. If they were hitting the fadeaway, then he would try the curve, and he would find the pitch. He would try to steal with it. If you ever want to read a great book, and you can find it for free in the Internet Archive, or you can pick it up on the cheap on eBay, Pinching in a Pinch. Very, very, very well-written book. So Tim says he has a game between the 1998 Yankees and 1967 Cardinals using super advanced strat in the can, waiting to be uploaded. It's about time, dude. Good. Going to do a 7-game series between those two teams. That's going to be a good one, and I'm going to root for the 1967 Cardinals in that one. All right. It's great to see you back up and getting busy again, Tim. Community ain't the same without you getting stuff up there. All right. So Clinton is going with the Blue Jays. He said the hockey's going full tilt, and the ladies should be starting soon. All right. So Clinton's going Blue Jays. All right. So we got 1 in. That's his horse in this race. Again, I know that we have some Dodgers fans. Do we have Blue Jays fans? Any Blue Jays fans in this community? I have no idea. All right. By the way, what a performance. What a performance. Whether you love the Dodgers, you hate the Dodgers, or whatever. Man, what Shohei Ohtani did in that LCS, when you think about that postseason baseball, right, you had the Temple Cup in the 19th century, but we're talking sort of modern baseball. First World Series is in 1903, and there's been great achievements, certainly. But if you watched that or you caught the replay, we may never, ever, it took that long. 10 strikeouts and 3 consecutive, I remind you, home runs. will we ever see the like again? I don't think any of us here will ever see the like of that. And I said it the other night or last week, whenever it was, the pinnacle of baseball. Yes, performance of a lifetime. So Tim says he's got Dodgers in 4 or 5. Dodgers are going to have to earn those wins. Oh yeah. So Tim, I totally agree with you. I mean, the Jays are not going to lay down. I mean, let's not forget they beat a tough Mariners team. The Mariners battled them hard, and the Mariners have nothing to be ashamed of. Yeah, Jays won it, man. But yeah, so I don't know about the Dodgers. I don't know. I don't know about a sweep, Tim. I maybe best case scenario for LA is going to be 5, but I don't know. You get the Jays, man, and you get the Rogers Centers gets rocking and what have you. Um, So Clinton says, plus he's getting ready to drop his 1956 status pro into Digital Diamond Baseball. So that gives him 4 teams in Digital Diamond Baseball under his cards. Plus he's going to experiment with 1962 with let fresh splits. Well, let us know how that works out, Clinton. And also for you guys, we're probably about 5 to 6 weeks out from the next release of Action PC Baseball. So I will be buying it. I know I was grousing and bitching about a month ago about the team wiping out. Dave hasn't been able to reproduce that bug, and it only happened in that roster set. So, but he's been a champ, so I'll be buying it again. I'm just hoping it's going to be a pretty significant, cool update. Don't know what else they can add, but maybe we'll see. Tim says, however, history's on the side of the Blue Jays. Last 4 times a team entered a World Series in a sweep against a team that entered after a 7-game series. That team went on. That team went 7, has won 4 straight World Series. So we'll see. That it's going to be a good World Series. And yeah, I mean, so as a national leaguer, so at heart, I've got to root for the Dodgers, but I'm rooting for the Dodgers, but I'm not like saying, oh, I hope they kick the living crap out of the Blue Jays. I think it's going to be a hell of a series. And Guerrero, let's not forget, has been pretty beastly. So there's the weapon for the Jays. So we'll see. But what Shohei Ohtani did the other night, I feel so blessed, so privileged to have been able to see that. What I would have loved to have been at that game. Could you imagine? Jeez. All right. Salvador Perez, who came into this game with a cold bat now, he's inching up to get over that Mendoza line. He is 1 for 1. So Kansas City with just 2 hits in this game, but Saberhagen, of course, doing a good job, and that's all we'll say at this point. Count 3 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch from Mathewson, and Perez swings and misses, and it's a fastball by Matty. 3 up, 3 down. Saberhagen and Mathewson, and there's just 2 hits in this ball game. All right, back at the top of the order for Buck Ewing, 0 for 1, has an error in this game. Saberhagen with 2 strikeouts. The 0-1 pitch on the way. And Buck Ewing is going to line this one over second into center field. Makes the wide turn, and he will hold at first. So the Giants pick up their first base hit of the ball game, and here's the Fordham Flash. 2-1 is the count, and Frisch shows bunt, and this one's going to go foul, third base side. You do know the number 1 trivia out of the series. Here we go. What is it, Clinton? I don't know. It hasn't happened yet, so let me know. Let me know. Oh, let us know, please. All right, Frisch in there, and the count 2-2. Frisch swinging away, fly ball left field, and trotting in about 5 steps. And making the catch is Alex Gordon. So 1 away, and the speedy Buck Ewing remaining at second. Here's Barry Bonds, nothing for 1. Count full on Bonds. The runner was in motion, sinking liner left. This will get down for a base hit, and going all the way to third, because the throw is going to hit the cutoff man, is Buck Ewing. So runners at the corners, 1 out. Giants threatening here. Saberhagen trying to induce the 2 ball here. Bonds, decent speed at first. Buck Ewing can warp speed probably as soon as the bat makes contact with the ball. Stretch nothing for one. And here is the pitch. Popped out his last time up. This will it get a run home? Fly ball to center. Ewing tags at third. Here comes the throw, the tag, and Buck Ewing is in. So the Giants draw first blood here in the bottom of the fourth. It is 1-0. So 1-2-1 for the Giants, 0-2-0 for Kansas City. Barry Bonds on at first, picking up the RBI, and here's Buster Posey. Count full on Posey. There goes Bonds. Posey, little dribbler out the third, and their only play will be to first, and that certainly is enough to get out number 3. But the Giants pick up a run on 2 hits, no errors, and there was a runner left on base. The Giants lead the Royals as we head to the top of the 5th, 1-0. Oh, yeah, you're right. Damn it. This is Donnie Baseball's first World Series. So, Mr. Mattingly. So, wish him well. Wish him well. All right. All right, so Christy Mathewson thus far has set down 7. So we have two big strikeout pitchers, but it's been Mathewson so far. It's been bringing the K's in this little game here. Matty has the sign from Buster Posey. Here's the pitch to Alex Gordon, swinging on the first pitch. Routine 4-3 putout, and indeed it is. Frankie Frisch makes it look easy, and in that case, it actually was. All right, 1 out now, and here's Frank White. Frank White, nothing in 1 attempt. The count 1 ball, 2 strikes. Cut on by Frank White. This one takes a funny little bounce in the infield, but staying with it is Frankie Frisch. And that will retire Frank White for out number 2. And that one had a weird sound off the bat. I think it splintered that one. So looks like White's going to have to pick up another piece of hickory or ash or whatever, black maple. And here's Freddie Patek now, nothing for 1. Struck out his last time up. The 1-2 pitch, and that is strikeout number 8 for Mr. Mathewson. All right, Kansas City Royals go in order. We go to the home half of the 5th inning here at Oracle Park in San Francisco. Mel Ott, Art Fletcher, and Bobby Bonds due up. Mel Ott, nothing for 1. Saberhagen with 2 strikeouts thus far. Each team with just 2 hits. Here is the wind and the pitch. And Mel Ott swings, and this one lined to short, and Freddie Patek reaches up and pulls it down. Beautiful play out there at shortstop by Freddie Patek. Much beloved of the Kansas City Royals and certainly a mainstay of this wonderful Kansas City club. Here's Art Fletcher now. And the wind and the pitch to Fletcher. Fletcher swings. Oh, bullet to third. Gobbled up. Close play at first. George Brett, fires a missile. And they get Art Fletcher. Wow, beautiful play. That short hops Brett. And that came off the bat with authority. All right, Bobby Bonds, nothing for 1 in the box. 2 down, 2-2 count. Bonds, swing and a miss. Saberhagen picks up his 3rd strikeout. 3 up, 3 down. Go the Giants. We head to the top of the 6th. And it is 1-0. Mathewson to face Saberhagen, Wilson, and Kane here in the visitors' half of the 6th inning. Pretty good crowd here at Oracle Park. Pretty stiff wind, again, blowing in from right. Saberhagen, nothing for 1. Count even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Well, and there's strikeout number 9 for Big Six. So Big Six looking tough so far in the early goings here in this season. Back at the top of the order, Willie Wilson managed to hit off of Christie. Lefty batter stands in. All right, Matty lets it go. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Willie Wilson singled his last time up, by the way. High pop fly, foul territory, first base side. And over to make the grab is Stretch. So 2 up, 2 down now for Lorenzo Cain. Nothing in 2 attempts against Matty. 0-1 pitch on the way. Cain swings, hit with authority to third, but taking to the bag himself is Willie McCovey. So there go the Royals. 1, 2, 3. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. 1-0 in favor of the Giants. Good, tight ball game. So if you like yourselves a pitcher's duel, you've come to the right place. Just 4 hits in this game, 2 apiece. All right, Matty, nothing for 1. Mathewson was a pretty decent hitting pitcher, by the way. Count even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. And Mathewson sends this one out to center field. But ranging under it, out there is Willie Wilson. So he makes the catch, 1 away. All right, back at the top of the order, Buck Ewing, 1 for 2 in the contest. Count even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's Saberhagen's delivery. Popped straight up the chimney and out into, let me see, who's going to grab it out there in center field? Shallow center is going to be Freddie Patek making the catch. So 2 Giants up, 2 Giants down for Frankie Frisch, nothing for 2. Full count on the Fordham Flash. The wind and the pitch. And Frisch, good eye up there, is going to draw the walk. So first walk issued by either pitcher. So Frisch with good speed aboard, and here is Barry Bonds. 1 for 2 in the game. Here's the pitch. And infield hit last time, and this time Barry's going to ground to 3 unassisted as Mayberry has it. So the Giants strand 1. We go to the top of the 7th inning. It is 1-0, and we'll see George Brett, John Mayberry Sr., and Salvador Perez. Brett, nothing for 2 in the game. He had a good sort of crack of the bat, but get that out of the infield. Here we go. Brett cuts on a 1-0 pitch, fly ball, routine fly ball to left field. Trotting in a little bit there is Barry Bonds, out number 1. John Mayberry now. Mayberry, nothing in 2 attempts. Count even, 2-2. Mayberry didn't even have a chance on that one. There was finally the fadeaway from Christy Mathewson. Strikes out 10 thus far. All right. Stepping up to the plate now, Salvador Perez owns one of Kansas City's 2 hits. Count, 1 ball, 1 strike. Matty deals. And look at this one. The man who comes in with a cold bat gets 2 hits off Mathewson. So base hit for Perez, a single up the middle. Singing eye single. Couldn't have thrown it in a better spot. And here's Alex Gordon. Gordon, nothing for 2. The lefty in the box. Mathewson checks Perez, knows there's no speed. McCovey kind of hangs around first a little bit. Salvador Perez with a kind of conservative lead there at first. Count 1-2. Swung on, high fly ball, on the infield, third base side. That one confused me a little bit. And Buck Ewing brings it down. It is 7th inning stretch time here at Oracle Park, San Francisco, where the Giants lead the Royals 1-0 in this Myths League. Thank you, everybody, for joining in tonight, and we look forward to seeing many of you tomorrow night with special guest Mike Silva on the Diamonds and Dice podcast, hosted by yours truly and the inestimable Bernie Strom. All right, and Aaron will at some point say, "Let me hear ya. Let me hear ya." All right, hopefully we get back to the chinwag stuff pretty soon too. All right, Willie McCovey, Buster Posey, Mel Ott. So on paper, you would think that these Giants would be running roughshod over the Royals, but hell of a ball game we got here. 1-0. Saberhagen, still some gas in the tank. 78 pitches right now for Saberhagen as he faces stretch. McCovey 0 for 1 with an RBI. 0-1 pitch on the way now to stretch. Here it comes. And McCovey swings this one high and deep to right and open the window. Aunt Minnie, kiss it goodbye. Touch 'em all. Stretch. So McCovey going yard here. And the Giants now tack it on with a little bit of insurance. 2-0 here in the bottom of the 7th. And love the little, they call them fireworks, but it's really kind of the homage to the movie The Natural. Love that. But let's have a look again as McCovey gets all of this one. Here we go. So 103 miles per hour exit velocity on this ball, 374 feet, and I mean just tagged it. Almost makes it to the bay out there. Touch them all, stretch. That also gives us a chance, as you can see, a bit of Mike Silva's uniform mod. All right. All right, here's Buster Posey. Let's see how Saberhagen does after giving up a long ball to stretch. Posey, nothing for two. Saberhagen studies a sign from Salvador Perez, has one he likes. Here's the 1-2 pitch. And Buster Posey, soft little liner. This is going to be a little dying quail, if you will, out into right field. So the Giants picking up their fourth base hit of the game now. So Buster Posey, no speed at first. Here's Mel Ott. Nobody out, so the Giants mounting a threat here. Ott with a swing of the bat could put a hurting on Mr. Saberhagen. A 1 pitch to Master Melvin. Wait a minute. Umpire's calling balk, and Saberhagen is angry. Trying to get an explanation from the umpire, the man in blue, just walking away. Now warning the bench, warning the Kansas City bench. So a balk by Saberhagen, and that allows Buster Posey to move into scoring position. Master Melvin Ott back in the box. The count 0-2, and Saberhagen brought a little bit more oomph in that, so some anger in that pitch. 94-mile-an-hour BB takes care of Mel Ott, so one away now. And here's Art Fletcher, shortstop, 0-for-2. And what do we got? So they're going to go ahead and put Fletcher on and try for the 2 ball, and that'll bring up Bobby Bonds. Bobby Bonds, nothing for 2 today. And the 1-1 pitch. Bonds swings. Fly ball out into left field. They're not going to turn 2 on this one, but they'll at least get the second out of the inning. So Bonds flying out to left. Alex Gordon making the measured catch. And here's Christy Mathewson. And no, I don't think they're going to pull Matty. I wouldn't. 0-2 pitch. And strike 3. So side retired. But San Francisco picks one up on the Willie McCovey home run. They lead this one 2-0 as we move to the top of the 8th inning. So looking at Christy Mathewson, 109 pitches, 10 strikeouts. Only 1 walk in this game issued by Brett Saberhagen. Nothing for 2 for Frank White, the leadoff hitter. It'll be White Patek, and we'll see whether Kansas City opts for a pinch hitter for Brett Saberhagen. White in the box now, below average contact hitter. Occasional meh. Sometimes you can get a hold of it. Not the best eye up there, though. So with this game, and if you had him, I'm just saying in a McGreevy type league, you could send Frank into the player development lab to see if he could improve the eye up there a little bit. 1-1 pitch on the way now to White from Mathewson. This one, tapper back to the mound. Matty up with it, and easy toss on to first. Score that one 1-3, 1 away. Here's Freddie Patek now. Nothing for 2. Count 4 on Patek. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. And this one's going to be another fastball. So 11 strikeouts. Christy Mathewson absolutely dominant right now. 3-hit shutout going in here to this 8th inning. 2 away, and we will indeed see a pinch hitter. So Brett Saberhagen's day is done. Hit the showers there, fella. Is how McRae comes in. McRae hitting just 1 for 15 on the season. 0-2 pitch to McRae, and Matty lets it go. And you could just say forget it. The screwball gets him. 12 strikeouts for Christy Mathewson, side retired. As the Royals go down in order, we go to the bottom of the 8th, where the Giants lead the Royals 2-0. Still pretty good pitchers duel. We have Kelvin Herrera, now coming in on relief for the Royals. No record as of yet, but 1 inning pitched, a walk, and a strikeout. Buck Ewing, 1 for 3 in the game, in there now in the box. 1-1 pitch. Ewing swings, and this one, hard hit, ground ball to short, close play at first, but they get him by a gnat's eyelash. Good play there by Patek. Frankie Frisch now. Forward and flash, nothing for 2. Behind in the count, no balls, 2 strikes. Herrera deals. Slow roller out there to second. But Frank White keeping his head about him, staying with that ball. Even though Frankie Frisch with blazing speed, they're able to get him 4-3. And here comes Barry Bonds, now bats with 2 down. When we head to the Kansas City ninth, we'll be back to the top of the order with Willie Wilson, Lorenzo Cain, and George Brett. Count full now on Barry Bonds. Ground out his last time up. Bonds takes inside. So Herrera missing with a fastball just inside and low. And here's McCovey. 1-2 pitch on stretch. McCovey swings. 2-hopper to second. And up and over is Frank White for out number 3. So here we go. Christy Mathewson looking for a complete game shutout. And no. How about this? Sergio Romo will come in now to close it out for Christy Mathewson. Looking for the save here. So Romo's numbers on the year: 1 win, no losses, 4 innings pitched, 3 strikeouts. So again, I'm letting the computer do everything. I would have allowed Matty to go for a complete game shutout, but all right, Willie Wilson. So managed to hit off of Mathewson. Let's see if he does. See what he does here against Sergio Romo. Numbers on Romo: good stuff, good movements. Here we go. The righty ready to deal. Here's the pitch. Wilson swings, and I mean hard hit line drive ball into right field. So Willie Wilson seeing Sergio Romo pretty good, and Willie Wilson with superb speed on the base paths. Potential tying run is aboard, or the potential tying run on first. Let's start this over. Willie Wilson on first. Potential tying run comes to the plate, and Lorenzo Cain, who is nothing for 3. Romo shaking off. Buster Posey has one he likes. 1-2 pitch. This one hard hit up the middle. And going, stopping at second base there. So Cain getting himself the base hit. And Willie Wilson will stop at second. So now the tying run is aboard, and the potential go-ahead run comes to the plate in the person of George Brett. Mathewson, the Christian gentleman, can do nothing but watch and hope that Sergio Romo can bring this home. So Mathewson leaves, pitching a 3-hitter in the 9th. Sergio Romo giving up 2 hits thus far, and George Brett, not a guy you want to face in this situation in the 9th inning. Waiting on deck, John Mayberry. Sergio Romo rubbing up the ball, going through the signs with Buster Posey. Posey calls time out to the mound, going over the signs with his pitcher, making sure they don't get crossed up. Speed on the base paths for Kansas City as Buster Posey reassumes his position. Play resumes. No pitch clock here, of course. And hard hit ground ball, 3, and they are not going to turn it. So they're going to get 1 out, but the runners move up. Or no, they won't. They'll just get the fielder's choice. I'm sorry. So runners at the corners. Willie Wilson at third, George Brett at first, 1 away. Sergio Romo looking to induce a double play here against John Mayberry, who was nothing for 3. And the 1-2 pitch. They'll take the strikeout, though. All right, little sinker coming in there at 93 on the gun from Sergio Romo. And we have a pinch hitter now, Darrell Porter. Porter 2 for 7 on the season with 3 runs batted in and a 286. And thanks, everybody, for hanging out with us tonight. Thank God there's no pitch clock. That's an abomination. Amen, Brother Aaron. 0-1 pitch on the way to Darrell Porter. Porter swings, hit with authority, sinking liner to center, and that's your ball game. So Sergio Romo gave it a little bit of a kind of a heart palpitation thing, if you will. Not quite cardiac baseball, as Clinton Parks would refer to it as, but the San Francisco Giants come away with a nice, clean win. So let's look at our game recap here. Game a lot closer than maybe a lot of people would think. Dominant performance by Mathewson in a Giants win. Christy Mathewson was terrific for the Giants in his team's 2-0 triumph over the Kansas City Royals. His performance earned Mathewson rave reviews. Sergio Romo locked down his 3rd save. Kansas City falls to 2-7. The Giants have moved up. They are 6-2 now. Matty, who leaned on his screwball, allowed no runs, just 3 hits over 8 innings for the Giants. For the most part, Kansas City hitters were simply overmatched. So I have set all pitchers to this to modern era, which might explain why Mathewson was pulled. I know I would not have pulled Mathewson. He was just looking so strong. I don't even think he broke 100 pitches. All right, so just looking at our quick recap, Brett Saberhagen takes the loss, goes to 0-2. He pitched 7 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs, all earned, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts with a 3.75 earned run average. Kelvin Herrera pitched an inning in relief and walked a batter. Christy Mathewson, of course, the player of the game, with 8 innings pitched, just 3 hits, and he fanned 12, an ERA of 1.12. One home run in this game. That was William McCovey. He hit that one off Brett Saberhagen back in the 7th inning. No stolen bases and no triples. Player of the game is Christy Mathewson. Time of the game, 2 hours, 47 minutes, and attendance, 30,473, baby. All right. You're welcome, Cousin Ken. Enjoyable. Good luck with the weekend with your gig, or break a leg, as we say. All right. I'm going to make their brains bleed. There's never any mercy when it comes to magic. It's going to be brain bleed time. Hey, we got us corner painter and shared shutout. All right. So we got unlocked a couple of achievements tonight. Thanks, gents, for that one. So corner painter, date of the first achievement, blah, blah, blah. So Christy Mathewson. Yeah. And then shared shutout along with Sergio Romo. So nice. Guys, this game is on sale for $14.99, 70% off. Treat yourself. Play some fun baseball. Just a couple other things just to show off, because it is a Smexit deep baseball game. I saw Rube Waddell, but I'm like, Waddell versus Blake Snell might be a good one. But we'll see. There's a lot of good stuff here. Mike Moore, Corey Kluber, good matchup. There we go. Jimmy Key versus Shohei Ohtani. Wow, we could do our own little "can we mess with the universe" type thing. We have a Jays-Dodgers matchup here, Jimmy K and Shohei Ohtani. But nonetheless, there we go. What else can we look at here that be just all kinds of smexiness? There's all kinds of smexiness in this game. It's power rankings, all kinds of stuffs here, all kinds of stuffies that you can just research. Everything clickable. So there's all the team power rankings for this week, and tendencies and sortable stuff all over the place. It's Purdy. There we go. League events, whatever's going on. So much to this game. You guys have seen it. Good stuff. Let's go to statistics, because we all love it, statistics. And look how pretty it is. So Aaron says he's tempted to email the makers of Valley Park Baseball and hopes to make this game blind accessible. I wish they would, Aaron. I don't know, because this game uses more graphics than text. I'm not sure. I know they've said they would like to do it, but I'm hoping to be feasible, because it's such a good game. But to navigate it would be that. There's your challenge, right? Is to navigate this bad boy. But I know you well enough, dude. You were fine with baseball for Windows within 2 or 3 days. So just let's look at a couple just league leaderboard here things before I close her down for the night. And again, I want to remind you guys, tomorrow night, 10 o'clock, join us as Mike Silva will be on with Bernie and I on the Diamonds and Dice podcast, talking about his tournament, Mike's tournament, every team from baseball history, 1901 to 2024. All right, so early goings here. We're not going to worry so much about batting average and stuff like that. Ty Cobb, 14 hits right now. Goose Goslin, 27 total bases. Gene Tennis, he's been drawing some walks. How about that? 8 walks for him right now. Paul Goldschmidt leading isolated power, but again, grain of salt here. But he does have 5 home runs, so good start to the season. Gary Carter, 1.645 OPS. Jim Edmonds has scored 12 times. Home run Baker, stealing bases. 6 of them right now. So he's ahead of Herman Long, Jimmy Ryan, Ed Delahanty, and Ricky at 4. So we got a lot of speed in this league going on here. Andy Pettit has 2 shutouts. Pretty nice. Pretty nice, pretty nice, pretty nice. Ryan Braun leading all of baseball. So we're not just breaking down into league, which we could. But with 10 RBI, Gary Carter, again, that it means nothing right now. So Ty Cobb with 6 doubles. Choni Fagan has been caught stealing twice. Yeah, so, but I love how this does, how this just shows stats. Really, really, really nice. There's and even down to fielding and what have you. Get as deep as you want. Who's hot and cold right now in the league? So right now, Eddie Collins, man, Eddie Collins, Eddie only hitting 100. Come on, Cocky, what are you doing? Goldschmidt, of course, lighting up the league right now, along with Brian Roberts, Phil Cavaretta, Napoleon Lajoie, Victor Martinez. Streaks really mean nothing at this point. Scoring streaks and all that kind of stuff. But here, you can even get projected batting and stuff like that, which is really, really nice. Yeah, it didn't take you really that long at all for baseball for Windows, did it, Aaron? Guys, I mean, the value for dollar, even with this game at full price, this thing's insane. It's just such an insane game. So we can look at projecting pitching. Let's see who's it's talking about here. Let's see for wins. Well, in this kind, I don't think anybody's going to get 46 wins. That would be kind of funny, unless you're Old Hoss Radborn, of course. You got sortable stats. You want to sort everything out and do whatever. You can pick like what players or what shortstops doing what. You know, you can set like your kind of reports. So you can do that by your you can customize your filters. There you go. So all this kind of stuff, and even creating customizable stuff. Team stats. You can look at any team, look at their stats, what's going on. Historical. So this is not. This is the one I've always been talking about. I never got to show you guys. Don't use this, obviously, in this type of league. This isn't going to work, right? But you can actually check your historical simulation accuracy against a season replay that you're doing. And this has been pretty powerful, and showing the naysayers, yeah, you're talking about this game isn't accurate. It's pretty incredible that on season replays, I'll see this mostly all in green. It's kind of crazy. So, but obviously, there's no metric through which you can do this. But this would do your accuracy for replay and stuff like that's really, really good. I mean, that's pretty ballsy for a baseball game to say, okay, click this, and you'll be able to see where you are. So, again, good stuff here. Too much to show. Don't be scared of it. Don't be scared of it. It's great stuff, and it's really, really easy to do. Available jobs. Let me see. Who am I actually? I should apply for. Oh, I'm okay. I'm all right. Okay. Yeah. Nice. So that's it, guys. Thank you very much. Again, on sale both from Ala Park Developments and Steam. Game is 70% off, $14.99 from now until November 2nd to celebrate the baseball postseason. And well, the Buccos are supposed to play the White Sox. All right, lost against them. All right. So thank you to Aaron Reed, to Cousin Ken Castro, the heart and soul of this channel. Whenever you get a chance, left your messages in Discord. I will look. Aaron, I still have to get the other laptop set up. But I pretty much know what you're asking, buddy, but I'll check anyhow. I haven't forgotten you, I promise. To the heart and soul, this channel, Clinton Parks, Aaron Reed, man of 1,000 voices, the Professor Clinton Parks, Tim, the awesomeness of all. Tim, back to getting some baseball up there, Clee Baseball Fan tonight. Guys, if anybody heard from Sports Time Machine, how's he doing? I haven't heard anything from him lately. getting a little bit worried. I usually get some messages from him just checking in on social media. Let me know if you guys have, I've been kind of out of the loop. He may be broadcasting and doing fine, but haven't heard from Mike in a while, so getting kind of concerned. Anyhow, Clinton Parks, thank you, Professor. As always, John DFW, great to see you, buddy. Always great to see you in here. Samuel Smith, detective and erudite scholar, Parallel League, and first one in the ballpark. Missing your puns, Parallel League, and first one in the ballpark, Brother Jack Dawson. Brother Jack Dawson. All right. So Aaron says he doesn't have a dog in the fight for the World Series this year. So for me, I'm rooting for the Dodgers, but would I be sad if the Blue Jays won? No. But I got to root for the Dodgers just because it's National League. Guys, thank you very much. Hope to see you tomorrow night at 10 o'clock. Bernie Strom and I will be hosting the great Mike Silva. It should be an adventure, to say the least. Till the next time, till tomorrow night, everybody, see you around the batting cage. Take care of yourselves. Good night.